Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Uh, if you guys can access the chat, because I'm also using Microsoft Teams for the first time for a webinar like this. So, if you can access the chat, just let me know if you guys can hear me, if you guys can see me, and also later when I share my screen, also let me know if you can see my screen as well. In fact, let me just do a quick test while people are joining to kind of see if my screen is. You guys can see my screen. All right, so let me know if you guys can see my screen. All right, so we have Sakib here, Asad here, right, Muhammad. All right, so you guys can see my screen. Right, awesome, awesome. All right, so you guys are here. It's time to get started. I'm just gonna give it a minute or so uh, before we, go over the presentation and kind of show you and why you guys have been, why you've joined here today. And the whole purpose is that you, as many of you people, just let me know how many of you guys basically operate in North America or you sell services in North America, in B2B space. How many are you working in North America? Right. So, by the way, this translates to all the countries, but specifically in North America, what we are seeing right now is that there's some sort of like a doom and gloom going on. That the economy is going down. There's a recession coming on and starting, and we're all kind of seeing those kind of effects. All the gurus talking about the recession coming, and I've actually received myself a few emails from gurus, who are basically saying that the recession is coming up, so get prepared with that. So the reason why I this I'm doing this webinar with very close list of mine. It's very few people that most of you already know me. So I haven't advertised this. I'm not doing this open. I'm just doing this for close circle. And the reason for that is because recently we have tested a few campaigns using cold email. Now I've been using cold email for the past 3 to 4 years to generate my business, and I'll kind of give you introduction again, formal introduction of myself. So R squared says I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear me? Can you just drop a one in the chat if you guys can hear me? Y'all can hear me, just drop a one. Right. So everyone can hear me. R squared, can you just disconnect and join again? Probably that could be the problem. All right. So coming back to the point. So we've been testing cold email for the past 3 to 4 years. And recently I've started to run a few campaigns with cold email that just literally blew us off. Like I wasn't even ready for it. Uh, we got so many kind of inquiries and clients who wanted to work with us that we were not even able to fulfill. And I'll tell you why that happened and how it happened and why you should avoid it. But what I'm seeing right now is that not just small companies or agencies, but also many companies I'm seeing right now are going very, very going heavy on cold email. Now, to my surprise, and maybe even you guys don't know, Microsoft, HP, Dell, and all these companies, these big companies that we think they have unlimited budgets, and they might. They use cold email to also get clients for themselves, like B2B clients. And I thought about, like, they have all the money in the world. Why would they use cold email to get clients? And the number one reason is when you're looking to scale. So at certain point of time, you just deplete all your audience. So you're not looking for, so as a B2B business, me as an agency, I'm always looking for a certain type of client, not just looking for any Tom, Dick, and Harry to come into my company or to serve them as a client. So when you're looking for a specific type of person or a client that you want to work with, at some point you deplete them with digital ads. You keep them running, but at some point you deplete them. So scaling does not mean just throwing more money. Scaling means that once you have identified your avatar and the type of person you want to work with, that those are the people that you want to scale. You want to find more opportunities where you can get more of those people. Because when you are talking about big companies, their revenue is calculated per employee. So their employees' time is actually, they don't want to waste their employees' time. Obviously, they want to make it more productive, but it will be wasted if they just throw, throw everything on the wall and see what sticks. They have everything basically, they know exactly what kind of person they want. They want to scale that. And the best way to do that is through cold email, B2B cold email. You got exactly the type of person you want to work with. And we'll go over how you can get leads as well. But that's how they scale. So if those companies are doing it, why are we not doing it, right? So if you're running ads, great, keep them running, but also start to add cold email, because in this recession, the everyone is moving towards cold email. Like, and I'll show you with stats as well. But cold email should be in your arsenal to get clients. It is one of the fastest ways to get clients, number one. And number two, even if you want to run ads, then you should test your offer first with cold email, because then you will know, okay, my offer works, and then you can scale it up with your ads. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. I think you guys already have told me that you guys can see the screen, but if you can just drop two in the chat and let me know if you guys can see the presentation over here, then I'm gonna be starting off. So. Um, let me know in the comments if you guys can see the presentation. All right, awesome. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the agenda of this webinar is basically, as I've already told you, like why learning cold email should be your top priority in 2023 if you don't want to get hit by recession. The ads maybe are getting expensive. It's Q4, Black Friday. The ads are super expensive, especially if you're trying to get B2B clients. So, learning cold email and dropping your ad costs is going to help you a lot to mitigate the drop in the profits that you might be seeing if you're running ads. Number two, we're going to discuss cold email versus ads, right? So it's not like, bad or good. It's basically like comparing where should you be spending most of your time? What should you be figuring out in 2023, right? Most of y'all here understand how to run ads on Facebook. It's not a rocket science. I mean, you can go and search on YouTube, but very few people know how to do effective cold email. I'll tell you the stats, and they may even shock you. So number three, we're going to talk about what type of services to sell with cold emails. Okay. Number four, we're going to do a live demonstration, which we're going to find out how to get leads and clients to sell services to. So on this webinar, I'll show you some free ways to get leads, and then I'll also show you some paid sources where you can get the leads from, and how to sell cold email as a service to B2B companies. So not only as I told you about the recession and everything, and people are looking to acquire clients in a more cost-effective way. And that's not just true for us as an agency, but also big companies who are fighting. You guys might have heard about Twitter and Facebook and Amazon, everyone laying off people from their organizations. So obviously they are reducing their expense. So most of these companies and mid-market companies, they're also looking for cost-effective ways to acquire clients. And there's no better cost-effective way than email to acquire clients. So you can sell cold email as a service to the mid-market companies. I know tons and tons of software houses in US who use cold email to get clients. You can go and talk to existing software companies, digital agencies, even design agencies, and offer cold email as a service. Like you can get them clients using cold email, no ads, no nothing. And the beauty is, once you learn how to use cold email to get yourself client, it's exactly the same process that you're going to use to get clients for those companies, right? Then we're going to talk about the script and offer, and I'm going to give you a very simple explanation. I know this becomes very, very, a hot topic. A lot of people get confused on script and offer. So I'm just going to give you my simple framework that I use that works just every single time. Works in B2B space, works for local businesses, works for SaaS companies. So it just simply works, right? And in the last, I'm also going to show you live example of starting with the niche from scratch. So if we have enough time, we'll choose or pick a niche, and then we'll, basically, I want to demonstrate to you how easy it is for you to go into any niche and get clients in that niche with cold email. Okay, so you'll get the free templates. I'm also going to show you, basically give you a few more bonuses. So first off, I just want to explain, why you should listen to me, why you're on this webinar. I'm doing this for the very first time. I'm being very honest here. So my name is Basil Malik. I did my master's in from Germany in business analytics, and then I turned into a direct response marketer. Started my agency, scaled it up to about $200,000 in revenue using only organic outreach methods. And can you guys actually do me a favor and admit people who are joining this presentation? If you guys can just add them, because I have to manually go and add those people. If you guys get the option to admit people to this webinar, can you guys just press admit? Right. So if you get that option, please do admit all of them, because I don't want to disrupt the presentation every single time someone joins. Right. So why you should listen to me? I've already told you I've scaled my agency $200,000 in revenue using nothing but cold outreach methods, emails, and LinkedIn included. This I want to show you. This is 2022. Recently, when I basically went all into cold emails. So between just in 1 week, we were able to get about 36 appointments. Okay. And then if you see, it's not just one hit wonder. And from June 20, so here you can see from June 13th to June 19th, we got about 36 appointments. Then from June 27th to July 3rd, we got similarly about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, about 23 appointments. And then from June, yeah, so June 20th to June 26th, again, 5, 10, 15, about 30 appointments. So just in 3 to 4 weeks, we got about 90 appointments. If you guys, this is basically a dashboard of high level. You guys, some of you might use high level, you may be familiar, but it's just showing how many appointments we booked. So if you can see from 1st May, that's when we started to basically really scale up cold email. From 1st May to 31st May, we got about 86 appointments with our clients. From 2nd May, yes, about from second, yeah, in 1 month from 2nd May to about 7th June. And if you minus Saturdays and Sundays, about 26 days. In about 26 days, we were able to get about 101 in total appointments booked. So basically 100 appointments booked in our calendar with $0 being spent on ads, right? So this is all cold email. So just imagine, like I can just calculate this for you. So I used to get about $75 when I used to run ads. I used to get about $75 per appointment. So it's we're talking about $7,500 ad spend here, and most of those deals that come in from ads are also not qualified, as you guys know. Maybe 10, we would close only 10 clients from that. But these are straight targeted emails, B2B appointments, exactly the people that I want to work with, because we can control the lead source. We can actually go and find a data source and see, okay, this guy should be. So for example, if you're going after, let's say a solar company, then you can basically filter them based on like this company should be in the market for 10 years, and they must have at least 5 employees, and their revenue should be $5 million a year. That's the kind of lead that you can get scraped from LinkedIn, and then you just reach out to them, and those 100 people you can book. So your close rate will go up, your quality of clients will go up, you will really enjoy working in your business, because you're not just working with shitty clients who are going to budge you and fight with you on $50, $100, or $200. This exactly is the same as that I use to get a 10K client. I posted that whole case study on my wall. If you guys want to go and read it. I got the lead from LinkedIn. I closed him in about 2 weeks. I closed him for $10,000, and he just sent the money, and that's it, done. He didn't even ask me for 10, 15 days what's going on. It's funny, actually. I was talking to my brother, and we were talking like, what have we sold him for 10K? Like, we didn't even understand what we sold him for 10K, but it was specific targeted email that we sent, solving their problem, and just we sold them, on cold. That's the kind of quality you can get with cold email. So the reason I'm showing you all these appointments being booked here, all of this is that I have done this. Like I've tasted my own Kool-Aid. I'm doing this, and we are still doing this. Like this is our primary source to produce appointments for our company, and I want to share everything about it. How you guys can also generate 100 appointments per month in your specific niche with high quality people, so you can sell them obviously your services. Okay. So again, most of you, I'm just showing you that I know what I'm doing here. So, I sent 2,000 emails, 500 of them got open, 25% is the open rate, and 87 of them replied to me. So that's a 17% reply rate, which is unheard of. And the reason for that is that if you don't, when you're talking about cold email, you don't need to send like a million emails per day. If you can just send 500 emails, well written emails to a specific audience solving their specific problem, you can scale up your business to 20, 30, 40K with emails. You don't need to go crazy and send million emails. Okay. So some of the bonuses that I'm going to give you after, basically your emails. So I'll send this to you, so don't worry about it. I'm going to give you the offer template, how I create my offers, like how to create irresistible offers to get clients and customers. And this is the exact template that I used, that I went into a new niche, and then I wasn't able to fulfill clients because of such a great offer that I put out there. Okay, and I'll explain how it works and how you should make it work. Script template. So how to write scripts that get response. So not just you create a good offer, you also have to put it in a script so that you get responses. I'll show you my own cold email examples, and some examples that use exactly the same template. You guys can get it. And also I'll show you free calculator that automatically calculate emails that you need to send based on the revenue you want to generate. Okay. So basically I'm just going to give you a sneak peek just to show you guys how it looks. Okay. And let me admit if there are any more people in the lobby. Okay, so very cool. Right, so for example, this is the outbound calculator. So it will calculate literally everything. You just plug in your goal, like what's your goal? That will automatically calculate your yearly goal. Then you plug in your price. For example, if I sell something for $5,000, it just showed me like how many deals I need to close in a month, how many appointments am I going to need in total, how many showed up appointments I'm going to need, and how many emails do I need to send on a monthly basis based on my appointment rate, my show up rate, and my close rate. It will also send me how many domains I need, how many email, everything literally, and what's my ROI going to be. Like you just plug in your data here and you're done. So I'll just give this calculator to you for free so you guys can calculate like, hey, I want to make, let's say about $100,000 or whatever, right? So we'll calculate everything for you guys. Okay. So we'll get down to it later. Right. So these are the bonuses that you're going to get. Now, first, let's just tackle email versus ads. So can you guys, all of you are here, can you guys tell me, like, do you run ads? What has been your experience so far? Right. So the more you guys interact with me, the more I can make this valuable for you guys. Any of you run ads before? Right. So how many of you ran ads they were actually profitable for yourself to get clients? I'm not talking about ads running for clients. I'm talking about ads that you guys are running for yourself to get clients. How many of you did that? Right, Neeraj says LinkedIn ad. I said I've done for B2B. Saket says for B2B, yes. All right, so what has been your experience? What has been your experience? Did you guys get a lot of no-shows or people who just said that, yeah, we just saw an ad, we clicked, and I don't remember what the ad was about. And so tell me, what are you selling? Did you ever get that kind of response from ads? Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it's like the intent is less, LinkedIn ad is costly. 100% years, LinkedIn ads are expensive. They are. Right. So I have this experience. I used to run ads. I still run ads. And the problem was that people would click, they would go, they would have no intent, they were just scrolling, and they would just simply sign up, and then the next day when you give them a call or they set the appointment, you go on the appointment, and they would be traveling, they're not serious. Oh, I just clicked. I mean, and I just saw that there was an offer. I don't remember what the offer was, but it sounded good, it sounded cool, so I just wanted to tell me the price and all that jazz. So all of us have been through that. Because the problem is that the intent is not there at that point of time. When someone is scrolling on internet, any serious business owner, they're not just scrolling on Facebook all the time, right? I mean, local business owners or any business owner that you talk about, local business are actually quite busy. They don't have time to scroll through social media. And even if they do and they see your ad at night when they're home and they sign up, they give you the information in the morning. When they go to work, they just forget everything. That's just how we are, right? So business owner, just like yourself, maybe you when you open up your laptop or even set to work, what you do is you open up, your email and you see if there's any important email. You might check your emails if there's a client that made the payment, right? So if you have some clients that you close, you would open up your email and see where if the payment made through, or any important thing that you're doing is you're basically opening up email. You're not just lying on the bed and watching Netflix and then checking your emails. You're checking your emails when you're in work mode. When you open up your laptop or computer, you will go to the office and you mean business. You're in that business mindset. So then at that point, when you see an email solving one of your biggest problems, that you might be, sitting in the office trying to solve that problem, doing your team meetings in your business mode, and then you read that email and the email solves that problem, that person remembers you. That person remembers you. If they sign up and they reply, they have the intent there. If someone just reads some black words on a white background and know nothing about your company and know nothing about your business, and they still reply to you and they want to get on a call with you, you can bet your bottom dollar they have the intent, right? They have the intent to work with you. They're not just going to be there wasting your time. Otherwise, it's a simple delete button for them. You just simply delete the email. Like we delete emails every day. If they reply to you, that means there's an intent. They took the time out there in business what they want to solve the problem. So despite people calling email dead, email has grown year on year. It's not coming from me. You can say this is campaign monitor stats that in 2021 email benchmarks report analyzed that over 100 billion emails sent globally by CM Group, campaign monitor group clients, finding that total email volume growth was 7% in 2020 over 2019 and increased nearly three times the amount from the previous year's growth, right? Uh, I guess we all know about HubSpot. So HubSpot here says that 35% of marketers send their customers 3 to 5 emails per week. 78% of marketers have seen an increase in email engagement over the last 12 months. 4 out of 5 marketers said they'd rather give up social media than email marketing. This is true with Franken. This is true with Ryan Dice and all these big names in direct response marketing. When you talk to them, if you've seen their videos on YouTube, they say like if I had to start over and just could have one thing, all of them just unanimously say if I could start over and just I would just take my email list with me. That's it. If I had to start over, I would ditch everything but just keep my email list with me. Now that is email marketing, but it's the same thing. Like at the end of the day, targeted emails going to targeted people with an offer that they want to buy, right? So it's quite rare that when something is growing exponentially in numbers, its effectiveness also grows not just for some time or months, but decades. What this statement means is email has been around for more than 2 decades now, and it is still growing. There are more than 4.1 billion emails in the world, right? So imagine like, these big companies, social media, I would say like 2.3 billion users on Facebook. That's great, but email has 4.1 billion people, and no one pays attention to that because it's not sexy, right? So it's quite rare. Like for example, Facebook is growing huge, but their ad effectiveness is going down. But here, number of email users are growing, but also the engagement is growing. So it's quite rare when something is growing exponentially in numbers, its effectiveness also grows. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. And this is quite interesting actually. I want to show you this. So if you guys can see here, the Google AdWords industry benchmarks here. Uh, and these on the right are basically the benchmarks for email marketing. So on Facebook, the CTR is 1.11%, and on Google, it's about 1.91%. Right, and we're talking about Google AdWords traffic, which has the intent, which actually searches for the problem that you're looking to solve. That is the ad that I'm talking about, which gets a CTR of about 1.91%, and Facebook gets about 1.11%. Okay, and MailChimp and Campaign Monitor both have reported that their click-through rate is about 2.62%. You can see here it's about 2.3% here, 2.62%. So it's more than double than Facebook. And I guess, yeah, but twice of Facebook, sorry, Google Ads. That's how effective email really is. So email is noble. It truly democratizes the business opportunity for everyone, unlike ads, which only a certain percentage of people can afford. And not just financially, but learning wise too. Imagine if you have to run ads to get clients today. If I ask you if you can, just run ads to get some clients in any niche, let's say in home security niche, people who sell home security systems to homeowners. If I tell you to go and get those clients, could you get up the funnel, design the ads, and get everyone? Drop a two in the comments if you can get all the funnels, all the ads, and everything ready in about 30 minutes. And not just that, then you have to figure out if your funnel is converting. And then you have to figure out that all the technical parts they are working. And then you have to also figure out that your messaging is correct, your ad is correct. Like all of that you have to figure out, right? And all of that costs you a lot of money. So it's not actually possible. So email isn't as gimmicky, or there's no algorithmic mindfuck or pixel fuck that requires like godly copywriting skills. Like you have to be god at writing copy, and you need to understand the pixel and algorithm. It doesn't even garner a debate on what's better, image ads or video ads, YouTube ads or Facebook ads, Instagram. I mean, you've seen like the craziness going on right now. People getting even more confused as to which ad platform they want to go with, right? With email, it's simple. Send a few emails to targeted audience with a good offer, and that's it. So it's not complex, not sexy to sell, hence not big bucks can be made and charged, hence gurus can't justify 10K pricing on it. And if they don't charge that money, how will they make their economics work? Which is why you don't hear much about it, right? But as I showed you, it is growing year on year, gets you the most quality people, it's scalable. I'll show you, and you've seen my personal example as well. Like I've been getting 100 appointments per month using nothing but email, right? So do you guys have any question about about these metrics or anything? Just drop a comment and I'll get to them at the end of uh, the presentation. Okay. So what cold email is not, and some of you who might be um, uh, hearing about cold email for the first time. So it's not some Viagra emails that you find in your spam folders. It's not a spamming tool for your company, and it's not for you to sell T-shirts or email products or anything B2C. So it's not basically a good fit for B2C, and B2C is basically direct to consumer. If you're selling shirts or anything related to e-commerce, and mind you, e-commerce in the sense that when you're selling to general public, like that's B2C. You can sell your services to B2B companies, like e-commerce companies, right? So it's not a spamming tool for your company. You have to not don't abuse it, right? And what cold email really is, it's a predictable, proven, and the most cost-effective way to grow your business without any limitations. Location and time doesn't matter. You can actually automate it as well. So it's quick, it's rapid. You can do rapid testing and find out what offer really works, and you can scale it really fast. So even if you want to scale with ads, don't you think it's a better idea to first figure out if your offer is going to work or not before you decide to spend thousands of dollars on the ads? That's what I do as well. Like, and my personal experience, I first figured out the offer with cold email, and then I ran ads with the same offer, and I dropped my appointment cost from Facebook ads from $50 to about $15 in one of the most saturated niches. And the reason is because I tested my offer first on cold email, and I still feel like I was running cold email side by side, but then I also wanted to see what the results would be from the ads. So it basically shows you the truth about your offer, your idea, your project, your business. So before you spend big bucks on hiring people or building up systems and everything, don't you think it makes sense that what you're trying to do actually, don't you think it makes sense that you scrape 100 people, your targeted audience, and send them that offer, that business idea, or whatever you want to start, and basically get feedback from them, even if that thing is going to work or not, right? If you're launching an agency with Facebook ads, please, and let's say dentists need, please get 100 dentists, create your offer, send to them, and see what they respond with. Do they even want this thing or not? before you go and sign up with a bunch of different softwares and start spending money hiring people and doing all of that crap, and then finding out that, hey, my offer is not good, and it just doesn't work. I just can't scale past 10K, and things are not working for me. The reason why you're not scaling past 10K, or the reason why you're not scaling or not getting clients, is because probably the offer that you're selling has been beaten up. It's been sold by every other guy on the planet, and your audience is just tired of hearing it, right? So when that happens, you obviously want to change the offer, but or change a few things. But don't you think that would be a great idea if you can test it out and then scale it up? So I also talked about reaching people when they're in their business mindset and setting, instead of people going on social media for entertainment, they open their emails when it's time for them to do business, right? So who is it for? If you run a SaaS company, if you're a freelancer, agency owner, if you're a recruiter, if you're an enterprise, basically anything B2B. So if you, most of you, I think you would know, basically a mid-market company called Podium. I guess they are worth, I don't know, they raised 150 million dollars, and they sell to mid-market companies. Like, they are a mid-market company and they sell to local businesses. They use all of their SDRs, they use cold email, right? To send emails to local businesses and get them on calls. They're an enterprise, right? So if you're a freelancer, you do graphic designing, you do website designing, you do SEO or anything like that, you can get clients. If you're an agency owner, sell Facebook ads, SEO, or anything that you sell, it's not just the ads. If you sell development, if you're a PR agency, you can still use cold email to get clients. So you can basically, anyone who's working in any B2B niche, you can get clients. You can even get job via cold email, right? So let's talk about what kind of services can you sell with email. So as I've already mentioned, you can sell any service, but as long as it is within B2B niche. So can you guys just let me know real quick in the chat, what services are you selling right now, and what's your primary method of getting clients for that service? Yeah, absolutely, Bilal. You can definitely sell appointments. You can definitely sell appointments. So, can you guys tell me, like, how are you getting clients now, right now? What are you using to get clients, and what services are you selling them? Right. So, who's okay? Saqib is selling Facebook and Google Ad services to Facebook groups. What do you mean by Facebook groups? Like, are you building them Facebook groups, or what are you selling? All right. So you get clients through organic messaging and social media. Okay, and yours, I'm getting clients from Facebook groups, lead generation services to home service businesses. All right, so basically, you guys sell lead generations. That's amazing. And if you're working in home services niche, I also work in home services niche. If you can easily sell appointments, and there's two ways you can sell. So number one, getting them as clients, you can obviously use email, but getting them appointments is going to be difficult in home services because it's B2C, right? You're going to be calling homeowners. Most probably you're going to be calling homeowners. So for that, a better tool for them to get the appointment is cold calling. But you can sell cold calling services via emails, and that's what I've done as well. I've sold to solar companies using emails, and I've hired. And the best part is, like, you take payment in advance, you give them a 7 days a deployment time or lead time, and in those 7 days you hire people and get them dialing those leads and get them appointments. So absolutely, that is doable. So anything other than that, recruiters can use it to recruit, developers or any skill set that they want. They can just scrape a list of LinkedIn and send cold emails. Mid-market companies, as I told you, they can sell to local businesses. A SaaS company, if it's in B2B space, let's say that there is, a SaaS company that has developed a podcasting software, they can sell to podcast hosts. Like, they can sell their software to podcast hosts, and they would just scrape a bunch of leads. And for SaaS, it's actually easy. They would just scrape a bunch of podcast hosts, and they'll send them an email like, hey, we built this really cool software, it does X, Y, and Z. Here's a link for you to try out for free. It's a 14-day free trial. So you just get signups like that for SaaS companies. So anything that is B2B, you can sell with cold email. You can also sell cold email as a service to clients as well. Okay, so how to get leads and clients to sell services. So I'm going to show you two ways. Like I'll give you some sources that you can use, and also show you free ways to get leads. So how do you get leads if you want to sell services to if you do cold email, like how are you getting leads right now, and what's the quality of the leads that you're getting? D7 lead carrot. Okay, yeah, that's good for local businesses. Anyone else? Any other sources that you're using? Okay, manual scraping. Yep. All right. So anyone who's looking for local leads, you can scrape Google Maps. It's not that even it's not difficult. So D7 lead carrot would work. Those are paid ways. One of the ways you can do is, for example, let's say that if I wanted to just quickly test with 100 dentists if my idea is good or not, what I would do is just type in within quotation mark dentist, another quotation mark for location, let's say Austin, Texas, and then I want the emails which are at gmail.com. Okay. So as you can see, I will find a lot of dentists here. So what I would do is I would also open here, uh, extract email from text. Extract email from text. Yeah. Right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to copy this. Starting Control A. For those who are using Mac, Command A and Command V. Click extract email. And I will open up my Google Sheet over here. So I am going to write here email. Right, so I got all these emails from dentists. And by the way, guys, when you're going to be doing this method, then just know that you guys are going to find some irrelevant emails as well, right? So it's not the most sophisticated way, but it's the cheapest way. Like it's free to test all your offer, right? So you're going to just copy them, come here and paste it. And I'm going to write over here. Right, so let's say that I want to scrape from Seattle. Yeah, I'll just write Seattle here. I'll get all these people uh, from Seattle. So I got all these leads. I can just send them 100 emails. I don't know how many leads are there, but I can just send however many they are, just send them emails and see if my offer works for dentists, right? Like 53 emails, I got 53 leads just by doing a simple search. Right, so let me just paste it over here. The location here is Seattle. Right? So how many leads do we have right now? Okay, so we have about 100 leads for dentists in Seattle. Now, let's say that if you wanted to get real estate agents, but you want their business emails or you want to improve your quality, what you're going to do is write site. And let's say that I want to get uh, emails from Keller Williams. Okay, so I'm going to write kw.com site colon kw.com and real estate agent, and I want it from Austin, let's say uh, Austin area, and their email should be at kw.com. right? So now I've got all these emails, which are actually their professional emails, right? Direct professional emails. So let's extract and see what we got. So you can see here, Austin Jackson at kw.com, and all of these emails. Again, they're from KW's website, Austin, and all of these are business emails. And one little trick that I wanted to show you was gmass.co. Let's go to gmass.co. Right, so here it will also get their first names as well. So you got their emails and you got their first names. For some reason, the verification is not available right now. You can actually also verify these emails. Okay, you can verify these emails for free. And there's H Super Tools. I guess they also offer free. Uh, yeah, so they also have a free email verification. So always remember that when you get these emails, so the whole process is first you have to get their emails and you have to then verify emails as well. Without verification, don't send emails, otherwise they're going to end up in spam. And obviously your message or script or whatever it is, it's not going to deliver in their inboxes. So make sure that you're sending, in their inboxes. And the way to do that is verify emails. Sakib, how to get targeted emails? You are getting targeted emails. You're getting emails from kw.com, Keller Williams. They work in Keller Williams. They're a real estate agent. They're from Austin area, and that's their business email. Okay. Now, other than that, if you're talking about targeted emails in SaaS niche, or I'll talk about how you can also get the other way, how you can get targeted emails as well. Okay. So there was a tool which allowed you to basically get email checker, bulk email validation. So yeah, I mean, you can go on this. This is H Super Tools. You can also basically verify emails as well. Okay, so you can just paste emails here and verify them for free. And then there is Unbounce and Zero Bounce, which are paid tools which you can use to verify, but do not ever send an email without verification. Okay, so let's say that as a SaaS company, I want to sell to podcast hosts. So LinkedIn.com, I'll just do site.linkedin.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm a SaaS company. I want to sell to podcast hosts. My software helps podcast hosts to be more productive or basically just broadcast their podcast to 5 or 6 different platforms at the same time, right? So I want to basically target them, right? So I'm going to do gmail.com and in the Austin area. So what I've done is maybe I've restricted it a little too much. LinkedIn.com. Let's remove the location. Right. So I've got a bunch of people who are podcast hosts here. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here on GMAS. I'm going to paste that text over here, and I am going to find their email addresses. Right. So I also got I got their first names as well. Okay. Now you can just download this list, and these are a bunch of podcast hosts you can find. Right? I can just simply send them an email like, hey, you host podcast. I saw your podcast is amazing. Here's a software. You can try it for 14 days for free. It helps you solve your X problem. Right? So this is how you can get the leads from Facebook and from specific targeted websites as well and targeted locations as well. For example, if I do Washington, I can even find podcast hosts from Washington, right? So this is how you can do this trick and get leads. So we're done almost with like how to get leads and clients to sell services. So obviously we've gotten the leads, we've verified them, and now we want to sell them, right? So how to sell cold email as a service to companies. Obviously we're going to talk about that again, but let's first talk about how you're going to sell them. Like, okay, I got these dentists, I got these real estate agents, I got these podcasts, so how I'm going to sell them. So this is actually the most important part uh, on figuring out how to write your script and how to basically, create an offer that is irresistible. So tell me if you guys struggle with, creating a good offer, or you're creating a good script, or you already have a script that's working really well for you. Let me know. Can you briefly mention like what's the problem that you face in terms of offer creation? Like what is holding you back? Okay, we got Rajal here, Neeraj here, Muhammad, ACJ, Jeremy, Asad, Saqib. Tell me if you guys struggle with scripts and offers. I'm gonna tell you like super simple way how to create them. A super simple explanation as well. All right, guys. So the problem is that there's just so much information there, so much information about offer creation, all these gurus coming up. You know, I guess you guys know recently that there was a book called 100 Million Offers, which was a great book. And then there was like a whole debate on offer creation. Right? Like it's something, some voodoo trick or something, like someone who has it, has all their problems in order and then doesn't, they're doomed for life. How many have had kind of that feeling? So basically, this is the most simplest formula that you can ever, have written down in your diary when you're trying to create the offer. Okay. There are four elements to it: problem, time frame in which the problem is solved, certainty, degree to which the problem is solved, and then risk reversal. What if that problem is not solved? That's how you create an offer. Okay. Your offer incorporates a unique solution to your prospect's problem in a given time frame with a certainty of some degree or risk reversal. And the reason why I've said unique is because if you're selling Facebook ads to real estate agents, you are going to have a very hard life. Psychologically, you might want to cry in the corner of your room, like, why am I not able to get clients, right? Because like it's been beaten to death now. You're not going to be able to make do with those kind of offers. So your offer needs to be unique. Time frame, how fast can you solve the problem? If I told you on this call that you all gonna be making $1 million, but you'll have to wait for 20 years, okay? You just gotta do this XYZ thing, and you gotta wait for 20 years, and just be Warren Buffett, right? Invest, and then when you're 80, then you get to have $1 million that you can buy Ferrari and enjoy your life. How many are you gonna fall for that? Or how exciting really is it? If I just flip that over and told you you can be a millionaire in 1 year, just do this XYZ thing, that becomes incredibly valuable. If I told you like just pay me, $1,000 and I'll make you a millionaire after 30 years, you're gonna call me crazy. If I told you give me $10,000 and I'll make you a millionaire in about a year, that sounds very, very right. That sounds compelling, right? So there should be a time frame of the problem getting resolved. So the people can wrap their head around statistics. You can see, okay, this is a unique solution. I haven't heard about this before. And this unique new solution solves this problem in 60 days. That's fascinating. I want to hear more. And then certainty. How certain are you of your system that it will get your prospect what they want? Right? So that basically will come from your experience working with past clients or hiring people who have experience. So most of you feel like, okay, I don't have any case studies. How many of you struggle from case studies or get objection of case studies from people or past results and things of that nature? I know I struggle from that a lot. So if you struggle and if you don't have, it doesn't have to be your results. You can just go on Upwork, Fiverr, someone who has produced appointments for a home security company. talk to them. If they can get appointments, get their results, form a partnership with them, get their results, show them as your results, and get the client. That's your experience. That's your company's experience, right? Or your organization's experience that you're showing. Your job is to collaborate and bring everyone together. That's what a company is, bring everyone together and provide a solution. Your job is not to do the work yourself. You're not going to be, if you're selling appointments to a home service company, you're not going to be sitting on the table and dialing. The job is to find someone who can do that job and sell their expertise at a premium. So if you can get a resource that is certain, that has produced results, then you can also give guarantees. You can be more certain, right? So that's how you can make your offer more compelling. And then risk reversal. What if that doesn't happen? That depends on your financial stability. That depends on how much risk you can actually take, right? So everyone tries to give money back offers. The reason is, when you give money back offers, the problem with that is the clients that you get are like bottom feeders. They are looking for free. They're not going to put their skin in the game, because in their mindset they have this exit plan that if X doesn't work, I will get a return. So even if your service is good enough, probably they're not going to make use of it, or not going to put enough effort to make it worthwhile, because they have this thing in mind, I'm going to get a refund. So what I always like to do for the risk reversal is, like, if it doesn't work, we'll work for extra 30 days or 60 days, or we'll work for free until you get that X result, as long as you are doing this. So always remember, like, when you put a risk reversal and a guarantee, it should be conditional guarantee. So it's not going to be like we're going to work for our entire life for free. We're gonna produce those appointments as long as you're following up with them every single day, or as long as you're calling them 4 times per week. So that if it doesn't happen, we can hold them accountable. Like, hey, you didn't call the leads 4 times, right? You didn't call your leads 4 times in a week, and this is not going to help you or help us convert the leads or convert the appointments. So you're breaching your contract, or you're breaching your, guarantee, right? So if you don't do this next week, we're not going to be working. And when they do, they tend to get result. So those are the kind of guarantees that I like. Okay. And if I had to wrap it in a single statement, this offer thing, if you know this irresistible offer, and what everyone has been talking about, if I had to wrap it in a statement, it would be: an offer is a complete solution to your prospect's business problem. If I'm not getting more clients, that is my business problem. Like, I'm not getting it. And an offer is not just I can run Facebook ads. An offer is, we're going to do X, Y, and Z to help you get X number of clients in X number of days, right? So that's a complete solution. So now, if you ever want to think about like how to create offer, it should have a unique solution. It should have a time frame that it gets solved. It should be certain that you can do or guarantee some result. And then if it doesn't work, then you should give them a risk reversal. So those are the only 4 things for a great offer, if you want to create a great offer. Okay. So and it's not like you have to write like statements. Your offer should be a one-liner. So for SaaS, let's see an example of an offer for SaaS companies. Guaranteed 2x signups using B2B targeted emails in 30 days or less, or we'll work for free. So guaranteed, again, I'm certain. I'm saying whatever your sign up rate is, I'll double that using B2B targeted emails. Could be somewhat unique. Maybe they get hit with a lot of companies who offer them Facebook and YouTube ads, like they raise funding and they get with ads and they produce a lot of signups, and those signups don't move forward because they were using ads and whatnot. So they might be tired of hearing ads and all that. But you say the B2B targeted emails, like we're going to go specifically towards your target, and we're going to target them and get them as clients so they actually use your product. So that's a unique thing. And in 30 days, so that's the time frame. And then the guarantees, the risk reversals, all will work for free, right? So it's super simple. Now we're going to put it into a script. So I always have like this simple framework, like IOC: intro, offer, call to action. That's it. Okay. So for example, here I'm doing intro like, hey John, your AI copywriting tool is amazing. I know this will be a super hit with financial newsletter companies, since they can whip out updated reports to their subscribers in seconds. I can help you 2x your signups with such companies using our proprietary icebreaker targeted emails in 30 days or less, guaranteed, or we work for free until we do. We did this for X SaaS company last month and 3x their signups. Let me know if you have a few times this week to learn more. Best, your name, and that's it. This is the script. Okay. Another one I got here. Uh, yeah, let me actually show you some more scripts from my tab here. So another example here is for enterprise companies, for B2B companies. This can also be used for SaaS, but most of our enterprise and B2B. So, hey name. So is hey name. I see that you run online ads for XYZ. Tracking and reputation has gone down the drain after the iOS update. Not to mention it wasn't great before that either. Which is why we developed X software that uses sophisticated AI to track each ad back to its campaign and ad levels so you can scale that what works and kill what doesn't. This helped our X client get 4x ROI on his ads first month. Would you be open to seeing a demo anytime this week? Needs only 7 minutes. Best your name. Simple, can be read under 30 seconds, presenting your offer, giving the guarantee, and just you're there and you're instantly out. For recruiter, it could be, hey, name Conrad's working with X company for Y years. I see that you're a Python developer. We're looking for Python developers similar to your experience level. For X project with competitive packages, we are solving Z problem. If you want to add there, you can. Reaching out to you, see if you'd be interested in having a conversation about the job opportunity with us. For local companies, it's super simple. Again, it's the same. Hey, Sophia, I saw that you're a broker in Dallas Fort Worth area for 5 years. Currently looking for one agent or broker in your area to partner up with so that we can send 15, 30 exclusive, highly motivated seller leads to every single month. Guaranteed. Not even sure if this is a good fit for you, but I'd like to chat and hear your thoughts. Do you have some time this week to talk about shifting your business model from buyers focus to listing focus? Again, I saw that, hey, Sophia, I saw that you're a broker. I mean, you guys, I can actually, at the end of this webinar, I can send this template to you if you guys want it. Just drop a one in the comments and I'll send you this template, how, all of these different examples. And then this one is really good. So when you are trying to send emails, you obviously have to warm up your emails as well to send emails. And this works really well in terms of warming up your emails really quickly. So it's a simple email. It's like, hey, name is, hey, John, are you still taking on new clients? So you're not pitching anything. You're not doing anything. You're just getting a bunch of replies from your targeted audience or any audience for that matter. And when Google and other servers see that you're getting a lot of replies, they see that you guys know each other and you're getting a lot of replies. So the emails must be very relevant. So they always place your emails um, in the inbox, right? So any questions on scripts? Anything that you guys want to ask on scripts? Or was this because I'll send the template as well. But do you guys have any question on scripts, or you want to go, and understand things at a more deeper level? I'd be happy to do it. Do not add any phone numbers or anything like that.
You don't need to add your phone or your site. Any more questions? Yeah, GIF is okay. Actually, I have a 7-part email sequence. Let me actually show you if I have that here, in which there are like 7 different GIFs. So that GIFs work really well. You can send GIFs. You can be creative. So yeah, 7-day cold email. Can you guys see my screen still? Can you let me know if you guys can see my screen still? Rajal, portfolio presentation, I wouldn't send it in my first email. I would just first target their pain. If you can give me more information on what you're trying to sell, because probably if you're selling them a website portfolio, then just ask them first if they, need a new website or they need help in outsourcing. Target their pain to get a reply. Like, mind if I send, so at the end, your call to action could be, mind if I send you portfolio? And if they say yes, then send them portfolio. Because if you're sending mass emails and attaching all the portfolios with the email, chances are your emails are going to end up in spam. So don't do that in the first email. Get the reply and then reply them with the portfolio. So all of these emails, like for example, you can add an image of you. So for example, it says you're sad here. So you can have a sad picture of yourself and add that over here. Or you can go sad GIF and just add that sad GIF into your email sequence. So all of these, I always have GIFs like this one, and I use them for follow-up. So I have 7 emails and I have 7 different GIFs. When they're sad, when I'm crying, so trying to make it, the dreaded breakup email. You got me first name around the stages of grief. This was a friend from a group who gave me this is an amazing email sequence. Like this always gets me replies no matter what. So for example, you can add this sad GIF to make it a little funny. So GIFs are fine, they work. And I have the in follow up emails, I always add those GIFs as well. All right. So any more questions regarding script, cold email, business in general, getting clients? I'd be happy to answer. Otherwise, and also let me know if you guys want me to go to just, or you can, if you can suggest me a niche, we can see how we can go live, and within 30 minutes we can, or 15 minutes we can just, scrape them and get our emails going. So if you're sending emails and you're getting reply and they are not showing it, probably obviously everyone gets busy. Uh, and maybe the plane that you're solving is not that not something that they are facing right now. It's important for them. So that could be one of the reasons. The other reason is that they might even just get busy, or they might not want to tackle that problem for now. So try to see the problem that you're solving, how many people you've sold on the same problem that you're trying to solve. See if it's really the problem, or if something that you've just made up in your mind and thought that this could be their problem right now. I know I've reached out to a lot of local businesses thinking that getting customers is a huge problem for them, but that turned out to be not true, because some of those businesses, they were having a lot more business already. They didn't want more business. What they did want was a customer support representative to handle all the queries coming in. So sometimes, when you're not getting replies, or when you're not getting any interest in your offer or your service, it's maybe because it's you're selling them the wrong thing. Sometimes that can happen, but I would have to go and talk to you in more detail, trying to figure out like what is it that you're offering to your customers. Is that really a pain for them? And then how you are delivering it. Also, there I can give you one more example. So uh a couple of I think a year back, I was selling to real estate agents, um, and they were tired of hearing Facebook ads and all that, right? So I would change the offer, and by changing the offer, if you truly want to build an irresistible offer, then it wouldn't just be the value that you'll be pulling out of thin air. You would actually have to change your business processes in some way, shape, or form, to match that irresistible offer. So, for example, I would tell them like, hey, forget about the ads and forget about all of that. At the end of the day, you want more clients, and the best or the closest you're going to get to clients is having more conversations and appointments. Correct? Yes. Okay. Forget about the ads, forget about all that jazz. Buy $75 appointments from me. Give me a $1,500 setup fee and just buy $75 appointments from me. Forget about the ad spend, forget about everything. And then what would I have to do to do that is I would have to scrape all these homeowners and these distressed leads and seller leads. And then I would have to have, callers sitting in my call center calling all these leads, qualifying them on certain criteria, and then scheduling appointments. So now I went from offering them digital marketing to opening up a call center and changing my business model, changing my business operation, right? And so I could say to them like, hey, you only pay for appointments, no leads, no nothing. You just pay a small set of fee and only pay for appointments. And any appointment that doesn't show, we'll replace that for free. Now that is a truly That's an offer where you can go in a crowded marketplace, like in you're working with real estate agents who've been pitched 1,000 times for Facebook ads and all that, and you can just completely dominate just by changing your offer and the way you deliver that offer, right? The operation, the payment, and if you can tie in your payment or the way you make money, if you can tie in that with the result of your client, you most likely are going to have a really sick offer. So for example, like, hey, if you get appointments, you pay. If you don't get appointments, you don't pay nothing. So it becomes super easy to sell. So if you spend time on researching, if you spend time on developing your offer and really work hard if to support that offer in your operations and everything, then selling part becomes easy. Like, I'm an introvert. You might have, guessed, or I'm an introvert. I was closing solar clients and home service clients in 15 minutes. Like, you go and talk to all these gurus, and they will tell you all those NLPs that you have to learn and the psychology that you have to learn, and you have to be this and you have to be that. And then here's the trick for sales, here's a trick for sales, and buy this course and buy that course. And they won't tell you to work on your product because they are not working on on their product. They're just selling you that sales stuff, like trying to make you believe that you're just not good enough and your sales ability sucks, and everyone is making money out there and you're just not able to make money just because your sales suck, right? Okay, but does product not suck? Like, if you're trying to sell in today's day, if you're trying to sell someone a newspaper, it doesn't matter how great of a salesperson you truly are, you're not gonna be able to sell them a newspaper. The market is dead, the product is dead already, right? So when you truly work on your product and when you truly work on your offer, selling that becomes easy. I had closed a client, so I wanted to give you an example, and I know we're getting sidetracked, but I think it's very important. When I went to in this home services niche, I just removed all their uh, friction. So I was giving them customer support reps, basically sales reps who would call, and then I was selling them leads, and then I was selling them contact center solution software, and all of that would cost them 10K. Some would buy that. Some people, like, I closed a client in 2 weeks for 10K, so they would buy that. But there was a lot of friction. They had to buy leads, they had to hire people, then they had to have a good calling solution. So then we at our end, our operations were huge as well. Like, we had to have a really good contact center solution. Leads should be good. If the leads are not good, we're not going to get appointments. Our clients are going to come back and talk to us like, hey, the leads are not good. And if reps are not producing results, they're going to have those issues as well. So I said, like, F that. Let's change the offer. Let's change the operation. Like, they don't have to buy the contact center solution. They don't have to buy the leads. They don't have to hire anyone. They just buy the appointments. So I removed all the friction. I said, okay, just get the appointments. You pay a certain amount of the appointment, and you only pay after you confirm the appointment based on the qualification criteria that you gave us. Once you confirm, then only we'll charge you. And I didn't have to do anything. Like, I just sent a couple of emails. I got people on the phone. In 10 to 15 minutes, I closed the clients. I signed the agreement, and so much influx of leads came in that we were not able to expand and hire more people in our call center to be able to provide them appointments. And I got emails from my clients that said, like, why are we not getting appointments? They were pissed at that. Why are we not delivering them service? Obviously, that's a good thing, a bad thing on our part, but good thing as a business generally, that what we are solving really has a demand. If people are reaching out to us and saying, like, we need what you're selling right now, it just was an operational fulfillment problem. So if you have a good offer, right, if you then just know that you will have to work for it. You might need to change some of your business operations for it altogether. But once you do and work hard on that thing, then selling them would become very easy for you. Selling that wouldn't be a problem for you, right? How many of you can go into your current niches if you're selling SEO services? If you could go and somehow tell them, like, after 4 months, once you rank and start to get the traffic, that's when you pay us. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you to go and do the service for free, but somehow you can be creative, like, in terms of, like, hey, just pay us $1,000 setup fee and then only pay us after you rank and get the traffic. Then how hard would it be for you to sell? But for you to, you would have to, as a company owner, you would have to rework your economics. How would you pay your fulfillment guys, service guys, and people you've hired? You would have to work your economics in that way that you can sustain for 4 months. And even if out of 10 clients, four or five of them don't pay and five of them pay, your economics should be programmed or calculated in a way that it would still be profitable for you. But then it wouldn't be a problem of acquiring new clients. You could acquire clients anytime you want. No, the setup fee to get the setup fee is not hard. Depends on what kind of problem and who you're reaching out to. So one of the ways you can mitigate the setup fee issue is like, okay, you want 20 appointments and $1,500, $2,500 is the setup fee. You don't want to pay the setup fee, no problem. Just pay for the appointments upfront. They will understand as well that you're running a business, you have expenses as well. So if you want 20 appointments, $100 each, that's 2,000. Pay us 2,000 upfront, and the setup fee will be waived off. No problem. You'll get that $2,000 and you can spend that for their fulfillment and make a profit of 500,000 or whatever your economics are. I don't know, but you take that 1,000 off that, save it, and spend that thousand on fulfillment and remove the objection of setup fee as well. Once you grow where you can't take on more clients, or you've grown to a level where you have a sustainable income, start to add the setup fee and then say, okay, no setup fee, no business. That's it. Any more questions? Because I have to leave. I think we're always already 12 minutes up. I have a few interviews lined up, as you guys can see here. Uh, yeah, I have a lot of interviews until so I only got like 5, 6 minutes. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer any of those questions. And by the way, if you guys want, ask my team to set up your cold email systems so that you can send 60,000 emails per month to targeted people. Just shoot us an email or a message, or I can also drop my calendar here and just schedule a call with us, and we'll be able to build out that system for you. And if you guys have any questions, please go ahead and ask, because in 5 minutes, then I'll be leaving. Yep, Neeraj, I have your email, um, and I will send these templates. I quickly wanted to show you the outbound calculator as well. I can send you the templates and everything as well. Okay, so this is, you can also get a copy of this. So for example, if you don't want to calculate by revenue, you can always calculate by appointments as well. So let's say that you want to get about 100 appointments. I just put it over here, and it will calculate based on the show up rate that you guys are having. These are just, if you don't know, if you haven't sent emails before, cold emails, then have this data over here. Okay. If you know your numbers, then just plug in those numbers. So if you enter your, like, you want to get 100 appointments, your showed up appointments is going to be 60 based on the show up rate. The appointments per day, you're going to have about five. You're going to send about 29,703 emails monthly. Your daily emails would be 1,350. Your email accounts that you're going to need is about 27. Here's the pricing, email sending software, the cost of domain. You want to have only 3 emails per domain, and the VAs needed, how many VAs, they're automatically calculated. Okay, so this will be a one-time cost. Like if you have a VA, okay, that's fine. If you don't, then remove that cost. And this will be, if you want to use an email sending software, it will give you your monthly cost to send about 30,000 emails as well. Okay, you can reduce this cost even more, but don't try to reduce the quality of things just by removing pesky things. Like if you're spending like $1,000, 500 to $1,000 to get about 100 appointments, it's a fucking joke. It's $10 per appointment, and you're lucky if you can get like 70, $80 appointments, good appointments from Facebook. And here we'll calculate your total profit that you're going to generate from 100 appointments based on your 40% close rate. You can drop it down to 20% or 30%, whatever your close rate is. And it will show you how much money you will be making on a monthly basis by getting 100 appointments. Okay, so if you want, I'll share that link with you. Let me actually share it with you right now. Uh, Share with others, and all you have to do is just create a copy of it. All right, so I'll share it with you guys. Also, if you decide, if you are convinced that email is the go way forward, if you want to get the appointments, then also know that there's a setup for this. If you use G Suite or whatever, there's a whole setup for this to make sure that your emails end up in inbox. That includes, adding SPF, DKIM, and DMARC to your domain. Then, having domains being forwarded to a single main domain, and then putting it on warm up, and then making sure that your email score is greater than 8, so they're ending up in inbox. Okay, so these are the whole checklists. This is the calculator if you want, and also templates and everything. I'll send that to you after the webinar. All right, guys, 3 minutes left. And Paid tools for personal email address scrape. Uh, yeah, so I mean, D7 and Lead Scrape is good for local businesses. There's Uplead, which is really good. There's Artemis as well, which just recently came out, has a uh, lot of good reviews as well. Lead Rocks, all of them are really good. You guys can actually also get good deals on lead scrapers on AppSumo. So keep your eyes always on AppSumo. So Uplead is good, Lead Rocks is good, and then Snowview, I guess it's Snowview, that's good as well. So if you put it here, lead scraper, uh, you will get a lot of lead scrapers here for one-time cost, right? So you guys can just buy these for once and then just use them, okay? So they have like 400 good reviews, so you can just go and buy them. So you can get leads like that. Other than that, the best way to get leads for SaaS and B2B is, let's say that I want to sell to agencies. I'm a SaaS company. I'll go to Crunchbase. I'll find someone on Upwork and Fiverr and I'll ask them. I'll give them a criteria and I'll ask them to scrape from Crunchbase. Okay, a lot of agencies are here. Okay, or top 100 SaaS companies. Let's say I write top 100 SaaS companies. I want to sell to SaaS companies. So, for example, I just tell them like, hey, find me these top 100 SaaS companies or SaaS companies. Let's say SaaS companies 2021, whatever, because they'll be more established. So I'll just give this list to someone, or I'll ask like an Upwork, and I'll ask them to go ahead and scrape them. So Crunchbase uh, is also a good place where you can get like agency and SaaS companies as well. Like you can just go and put on Upwork and they will scrape the list for you. I actually had a list of top SaaS companies, companies. I already had, yeah, I got it from Upwork. So yeah, you can use that to get the leads. What else? Any more questions? Just got one event. I haven't used Apollo, but I've heard good things about it. You can use it and let us know as well. Any last questions? Right, guys. So this is our link. If you want to talk to our team for a cold email setup, just schedule a call there. Other than that, if there's a question, I'm going to be leaving. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll send you the resources after the call, after I'm done with a few of the interviews. Probably today I'll be sending the resources, the calculator and everything. So with that said, it was amazing talking to you guys, interacting with you guys, and let me know if you want to hop on future webinars like these ones. Okay, no problem. Bye bye.